Hello, sixth graders. It's Mr. Gardell. It's great to be back with you. As you can tell, my voice has changed and I just don't know why, so I guess you're stuck listening to this throughout the entire video. Alrighty then, here we go. Today we are going to start with a joke. Ha ha ha! That is my new laugh. It will make you laugh as well. Alrighty, here is our joke for the day. Alright, enough of that voice. Whew. All right, here it is. What did the ocean say to the beach? What did the ocean say to the beach? You have 5 seconds to come up with an answer starting now. All right, time is up. So the joke again was, what did the ocean say to the beach? The correct answer is nothing. It just waved. Hilarious. Gotta like it. All right, moving on. So most of our week in social studies has been spent on the 3 branches of Minnesota's government, and we're going to continue that for the remainder of this week. Except you are going to show what you learned in the 3 branches of government in make an infographic. What's an infographic? We're going to find out soon. Okay? So, one thing that you're going to understand right away is that the turnaround for the due date on this infographic is real fast. In fact, the infographic is due on at 2 p.m. on Friday, April 30th. So for most of you, that's like tomorrow at 2 p.m. And so it's a quick turnaround, but I know that you have plenty of time to complete it. And I know that you're going to do an amazing job on this infographic. So the first thing that I want to point out before I even dig into the infographic is your notes that you created on the 3 branches of government are going to become important to you. And so what I would encourage you to do is to dig these out. They should be saved somewhere. Look in Cami, go back and look at earlier in the week to find these notes, but you're going to want these notes on the 3 branches of Minnesota's government. Okay. So have those notes available to you. If you can't find them right now, okay, pause the video and find them. You're going to want to have them. Okay. So let's move on to the project itself. So what is an infographic? That's the big question that sixth graders usually ask us. I don't know what an infographic even is. Okay. So an infographic is a chart diagram and or illustration that uses graphic elements to present information in a visually striking way. And so that's what you're going to do. You're creating an infographic specifically on the 3 branches of Minnesota's government. And up here you can see the due date, April 30th. Okay, by 2 p.m. So completed by Friday, April 30th by 2 p.m. I'll show you how to share that with your HOA teacher in a moment. So the directions. Create an infographic on the 3 branches of Minnesota's government using one Google slide. And this is where the directions may change for you. So pay attention, okay, to communication from your HOA teacher. Okay. They may say, hey, I want you to complete it individually. They may say, I want you to complete it with a partner. They may say, I want you to complete it with as many as 2 partners that are in your HOA class. So that is up to your HOA teacher. So I'm going to leave that up to them. What I do want to show you real quick is look up Google Slide. Most of you know already how to access a Google Slide. Okay, so I'm in Google right now. I've signed into my Hastings Apps account. I'm going to just pull up a blank Google slide. Sorry, that keeps popping up on me. So I'm just going to click on the blank. I'm going to eliminate these text boxes because why? They're just annoying to me and I like to create my own. And before I move any further, we're going to title this Infographic Minnesota's 3 branches of government. Wow, my typing's improving. And so that's all you need to do for the title. Okay. This is where your infographic's going to appear. Insert's going to become a friend of yours. Insert an image. Primarily, you're probably going to look for some off the web. Okay, in other words, you're going to do like a Google image search. And then here's a text box. For example, if I click on text box, now I just created my own text box. I like having my own text box. Okay, text boxes are great because you can move them around. So you have to figure out, okay, whether you're doing it individually or the partner or more, you have to figure out am I going to create this infographic, include the 3 branches of government, and what's important to include on my infographic so that someone who looks and reads my infographic will go, ah, now I better understand Minnesota's three branches of government. So that's what I want you to have for your mentality, your thinking. Okay. If I share this with someone who knows nothing about Minnesota's three branches of government, after they finish reading and looking at my infographic, they will have a better understanding of Minnesota's three branches of government. All right, moving on. So simply what you're going to do is click share. Okay. And once you click share, you'll have to type in your HOA teacher's name and then simply click share. And so that they receive a copy of this. And if you do make any changes, okay, before 2 p.m. on Friday, April 30th, those changes are automatic. You don't need to keep sharing it with them. Once you share it with them once, they will have it. Okay. And if you struggle on sharing this Google Slide with your HOA teacher, either contact me or you can obviously contact your HOA teacher as well. Let's get back to the directions though. So we know that we're just completing an infographic on one Google Slide only. Here's other information. Your infographic must include a title. So have a title. Okay. It can be as boring as three branches of Minnesota's government. Okay. You want that to be your title? Then call it that as your title. A minimum of 4 pieces of information about each of the three branches of government. We'll talk more about those rectangular boxes in a moment. And at least one graphic for each branch of government. Now, preferably, I'd like to see more graphics than just one for each branch of government, but the requirement is at least one, but I would encourage you to do more. And then you'll notice the next direction basically states the information that you need to include, must include about each branch is listed below. So for executive branch, you have to have governor, veto, main duties, and enforcer of law somewhere within that information on the executive branch. For judicial branch, you must include Minnesota Supreme Court, interpreters of law, court, and judge somewhere within your information in this infographic about the judicial branch. For legislative branch, you must include state legislature, House of Representatives, Senate, makers of law. That information must be included in your infographic about the legislative branch. Okay, so on the bottom, there's just a generic grading scale. You can see that each executive branch is worth 5 points. There are 3 executive branch. 5 times 3, carry the 1, add the 2, divide by 6, add 3. Yep, I got 15. Bam! Quick mental math. See how quick I am? I'm just amazing at math. Thank you very much. All right, so more specifically, what is the grading rubric for this infographic? I want you to think of the 4 C's, okay? So each branch is worth 5 points, okay? So within those 5 points, you must have content. Do you share a brief in 1 to 2 complete sentences description of each branch of Minnesota's government? This isn't a wordy infographic, okay? Get precise, okay, with your words. Don't have your infographic become too wordy? Do you include the minimum content requirements as we discussed on the previous slide? Okay, is it content free of, or is it free of spelling errors, grammar, punctuation, capitalization, etc.? Okay, that content piece is worth 2 points. The connections piece is going to be the most challenging because do you connect the 3 branches of government to each other? For example, think of a bill or proposed law. Which branch creates the bill? Which branch may sign the bill? Which branch determines if a bill or proposed law is constitutional? In other words, does it make sense? So connect the branches together somehow, some way, because they all are part of the 3 branches of Minnesota's government or Minnesota's government overall. Okay, that's worth 1 point. Color and creativity are the visuals presented in color. Is your infographic creative and original? In other words, don't just copy and paste, okay, something you found off the internet or Google and claim it as your own. Okay, include color, be creative, be original. So again, this is what your HOA teacher will use to grade your infographic, okay, for each branch. Here's a couple of examples of infographics, okay? Humans love good visuals. And then you can kind of see how that is the centerpiece in the middle where that individual's standing, looking at, it looks like at a painting, but then it's surrounded by the visuals and what people see. And notice how some of the words, okay, are colored. They stand out, but there's a lot of visuals on here, okay, a lot of graphics, okay? That's really what that infographic is. It's a graphic, okay, that includes information. But again, we want more graphics than we want information. Here's another example, the top 5 most popular gifts in the world. And you can see in the middle, there's a globe that represents the world. And there's the connection piece, how those arms crisscross one another to each of the 5 most popular gifts, okay, given in the world. So this is a great example how each of these gifts kind of overlap one another, and they overlap by crossing across the world, or in this case, Earth. Here's a good infographic that you might piggyback off of. You can see the title is Extreme Sport Infographics, and they kind of broke it down into 3 columns. Something you might want to think about, okay? But be creative. We just don't want to go, oh, I just do that because that's what Gardell said to do. No, be creative. Use your imagination. Come up with something that's original. But this is just an example, okay, that you could also use for making sure that whoever reads and looks at your infographic, they better understand how the 3 branches of government work, not only individually, but how they connect to one another as well. And here's a final infographic on water use around the world. Okay, so you can obviously look up some additional infographics, okay, to get a better idea of what you want to do. But the bottom line is make sure that you include all the required information within your infographic. And again, look for that communication from your HOA teacher to see whether you are completing this individually with the partner or possibly more than one partner or classmate of yours in your HOA class. All right. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime or obviously reach out to your HOA teacher. Take care and have a fantastic day.